he's on the ground. Now I'm doing, remembering that he's got to come across into something like this pose, because we're going to have the ground on. We're going to have the ground on singles. Hope I don't have to put bitey on doubles. Should be okay. Maybe I can get away with the ground on doubles. The ground, the animated background in the UU was all on singles, and bitey was sometimes doubles, sometimes singles. Whatever I could get away with. So yeah, you got to make sure the character stays grounded, even though it's barely noticeable in real time when it plays. But actually, that's no good. Right. So he's got to come across into that pose. Got to be careful. If you're an animator, you'd know that volumes are very important. So, you know, if I stretch him out, I don't want to make him grow too big. What is that drawing? Oh, that's that one. I'm going to get rid of this now. Dying, dying. Alright, so you can start to see him come alive. Spring off, airborne. I might even, since you know, animating something fully throughout a scene rather than using cycles gives you some really awesome opportunities to do cool stuff. So in this, if I was just cycling him, I wouldn't be able to, you know, it'd be quicker to do the scene, and I could probably do the scene in a fraction of the time if it was just cycling bitey, but it will also look very mechanical. I wouldn't be able to do interesting things like sidestepping and leaping over stuff, or even tripping over, which I've got him doing in one particular scene. When he's a baby learning to use his speed, he trips over. And if I release this before the movie, which I doubt, then you won't have seen that. But I'll probably release this after the movie, and you might have seen it. So I switch. Sometimes I switch between using a cycle in a scene. Like, for example, if this, I just want to hold that down shot for a longer time, I could probably cycle it, and then just switch to some frame-by-frame animation to have him sidestep or trip over or smack into something. And then get up and... So, where are we? Okay, airborne. Like I said, this has taken me longer than it should, just because I'm talking crap all the time. So I like to do interesting things with the arms, because it's easy when you get into a routine of how a character moves. If you know how a character moves, you're tempted to keep him that way all the time. But I like to have him do interesting things with his arms, because if you were running along at this kind of speed and you were enjoying yourself, you wouldn't necessarily be, you know, it's not like a bird flapping its wings. This is a bit more interesting. So here he is on the ground. Once again, down shot, can't really see all of his details, hidden behind other parts. And again, you see how even though we're kind of following along with him, he's surging forward, falling back in the frame, surging forward, falling back, surging forward, falling back. So keeping all that in mind as well is important.